What's up guys, welcome back to the Phono Guy, and in this video I am going to talk about top 25 tips and tricks for iPhone XS and XS Max. And right now I am having iPhone XS in my hands, and in this video I will be talking about all the tips and tricks related to this device. So for having all the detailed tips and tricks for this device, stay tuned in this video because this is going to be a long video for almost 25 to 30 minutes, and I will try to cover as quickly as possible all these tips and tricks because there are many hidden features which are present inside this device with the new iOS 12, which I want to make mention, and there are many previous features which were available in iPhone 10. So starting with the basics right now, if you are new user to the iPhone 10, so let me just put the device to show you that how to use this device, because it is very easy and we do not have any button on the screen right now. So if you are a new user to the iPhone 10 and iPhone XS and XS Max, so there are a few things which you should know before using this device, that you do not have any home button right now, so you just have to simply swipe up to bring your multitasking. And if you just swipe down from the top right corner, the control center will come and notification panel will come from the middle and the top left corners. So that's about a few of the basic things. And if you go into the multitasking, and in the iOS 12 you have to simply swipe up, and if you are on iPhone 10 on the previous versions like iOS 11, you have to press this, and red button will appear on this side, and which means that you just now can cancel these applications in the background. And next thing is that if you are in an application, for example I am in this application, and if I just swipe from here, I can move to the previous and the next application. So that's simple to use and very handy feature if you just do not know about this feature. So that's how you use your device. And when you are in the wiggle mode, for example, let's just go into the wiggle mode to delete any application, you can even press this done button and swipe up and it goes away. So that's how you use your iPhone XS, XS Max and the previous version which was iPhone 10. So this was just the basic thing about the iPhone XS and XS Max. So now let's move to some of the tips and tricks which I just want to make highlighted, starting with that how you can use these side buttons. And first of all, I want to make mention of taking screenshots. So for taking screenshots, press this home button and the volume up button, and you can see the screenshot has been taken. So now if you just want to move this screenshot, you can just simply move it to the left side and it will go away. And if you just open it, you have the features to just simply play with this screenshot. You can just use your pointer, and you have different colors available. Choose this color, and you can choose different sizes of the pointer. For example, if I choose this color, and you can even put some text and signature and even magnify some of the areas and highlight these areas. You can see I have chosen this green color and it is now appearing on this side. So that's how you use it. So you can use it to highlight specific areas of your device. You can see I just put a mark which just appear, you can see, and it is, if you can clearly see, this is the dotted line which is appearing here. So that's how you can play with your screenshot and make it more useful for sending it forward if you want to highlight some specific area in your screenshots. And if you just press this button, you have the options to directly share your screenshot on different places and even set it on a watch face, and different things you can do right now. So when you press done, it will ask you to save to photos and delete screenshot. Right now we just want to delete, so let's delete this screenshot. So that was all about the screenshot. So let's move to our next hidden feature, which is the emergency SOS feature. So for this, it is right now enabled into iOS 12 and iOS 11. It was available in iOS 11 and it is also available in iOS 12. If you just press this home button and power button and keep pressing these two buttons, you have the power down option and emergency SOS. You just simply swipe and it will just turn on the emergency SOS call. So let me just show you how to simply do it. So let me just unlock the device, go into the settings, and if you just go into this emergency SOS, you can see right now we have this option enabled, and there is one more option which is called with side button. So if I just turn this feature on and go back, and whenever I will press this home button 5 times, 1 2 3 4 5, you can see it is sending an emergency call right away. So that's how you do it. So that's very simple to use. And if I go back again, you can set up emergency contacts in health. If you have some emergency contacts, you can just do it. I right now do not have any medical ID. So we have the countdown sounds, that's important. If you want to turn on, right now these were on and they were just going on when I just turn on this emergency SOS features. So that's the feature you should keep enabled, and put your contacts, important contacts which you want to contact whenever you are in any kind of emergency. So now let's move to our next tips and trick. And the next one is about the home button. In this device we do not have any home button, but there is one way to bring the home button here in the center, and I will just show you how to do it. Go into the settings for this, and when you are into the settings, come back and go into the general, and just simply go into accessibility. When you are into the accessibility, we have the assistive touch. Just simply turn this assistive touch on. So we have this home button, and I can move it anywhere on the screen. Right now if we just keep it at the center and I press it, I have the features to use different ways. If I press home, it takes me to the home. I double tap, you can see my multitasking will come out. So that's how you use your home button. And let me just demonstrate few of the features which are present inside this home button. You can see you have the customized top level menu, in which you have 5 different toggles. Right now you can see if I just press it, I have 5 toggles. I can increase it to 6 and 7, 8. We have maximum of 8, and even I can reset it. So if I increase it to 7, we have the option to add more. Just press this add button and we can add rotate screen. So done. So rotate screen will be added here, and even I can move them to different places if I can. So this is about customization to your home button menu. So that's how you customize the home button menu. So we have some other features, which is custom actions. Whenever I single tap, I have selected open menu, and whenever I single tap, I just choose to home button, and whenever I double tap, I choose to open menu, for example this. And we have also the timing feature, that how much time should it take, and the manual time which is set by Apple is 0.3 seconds. So we have long press and 3D touch options too, which if you want to choose, you can choose. And we have the important feature, which is the idle opacity. What it does, it actually increases the opacity of this home button. You can see opacity of this home button is actually increased whenever I go above, and it is decreased whenever I go down. So right now keeping the opacity to max, coming back, and let's press this home button and it takes me to the home. Double tap and we go to the multitasking this way. So that's how you use your home button in this device. Right now I just wanted to tell you about the home button, that how you can use this home button. So for sake of simplicity, right now in this video I am just turning it off to show you some other features. So now let's move to our next hidden feature. Now I just want to make highlight of control center features. We have this new control center in iOS 11 and iOS 12, and there are many useful features which I just want to highlight. For example, first of all, if we go into the settings, and if we go into the control center, and we have the option to customize the control center. So if I just show you, you can see I have added these toggles in the control center, and I have few others which I can add in my device right now. For example, if I add the magnifiers, and if I add the accessibility shortcuts and add the notes, so all these will come here in my control center, you can see. So I can use it to just turn on these features as soon as possible. For right now I just want to make highlight of 2 or 3 important features, and this is the screen recording feature, which is available in iOS 11 and 12 now, which is embedded in iOS 11. So you can see the screen is right now recorded, and if I just want to cancel it, just press here and stop recording. So this is how you stop recording, by just simply cancelling it. So this was about screen recording, and moving again to our control center, we have the ability to control the text size. I can increase and decrease the text size from here. I do not have to go to settings to do this. And we have the feature, this is the new feature which I have just enabled in iOS 12, which is to just scan your code, which is the QR code scanning. That is important that it is present in the control center right now. So next up we have the magnifier. That's important. You can magnify objects. You can see right now if I am doing, you can see the background is magnified. That's awesome to see. And even I can change colors between this magnifier. I have different you can see color options to choose. I can just use it to magnify according to my requirements. So that was about magnifier. And we have a feature which is the hearing aid. For example, right now I do not have, you can see the hearing aid is actually present here. I do not have the AirPods, so I can show you this hearing aid. It helps to just cancel the noise in the backgrounds and make you hear better on your AirPods. So you can use this feature if you have AirPods. The hearing aid is just awesome feature to use. So now let's move to our next tips and tricks. For this I have to go into the notes. So let's go into the notes, and you can see right now I am into the notes, and if I just press on any button, you can see it takes it into the cursor mode. For example, I just go down and keep returning. So you can see I just press hard on my keypad and it just makes it like a cursor. Virtual home pad is here, and even I can highlight some of the areas, which is just keep pressing it. You can see if I just keep pressing at one place, it will highlight that area. So that's how you highlight your areas and use your keyboard as a cursor. Next up, I just want to talk about your keyboard, and there are a few things which I just want to discuss about keyboard. For this again, let's go into the notes and bring over keyboard. And for this you have to press on this emoji button. Right here we have the emoji. Somewhere you will find the globe, and you can just bring it here and it will take your keyboard to one side, and you can use it with just one hand, and you can take it to the other side if you are a right-handed person. And let me just press it and it takes it to the other side, and let me just press it again to the center and it brings it to the normal mode. So that's how you use it for simplicity of using your phone in just one hand. Just keep using to the left or the right if you are using your device with one hand. So that was one thing about your keyboard. The next thing which I want to make mention is just go into the settings again, and when you are into the settings, go into the general and come into the section which is keyboard. So in the keyboard right now I have two keyboards enabled, and if you want to add more keyboards of your own language, this is the place where you will add, sorry for this, and this is the place where you will add new keyboards. You have multiple different languages available, you can add from here. And I will highly recommend you to add this emoji keyboard to enable lots of emojis. Right now it is enabled by Apple itself, so no need to enable it in iOS 12. If you do not have it enabled, you can enable it here. So these are few of the things which you can control for your keyboard: the auto correction and auto capitalization, which are of no use and they will just come into your way whenever you are just typing anything. I just keep them off to not to use them. And we have the shortcut features too, which I will be highlighting just in a moment. So that's about the keyboard on this device. So next up I just want to make mention of something very useful. For this you just have to the feature is actually to reset your device to make it speedy, make it use feel better if you are feeling that your device is slow. And sometimes it happens that your device is stuck somewhere and you do not know what to do, and for this you just have to do the thing which I am just going to demonstrate. For this you have to press the volume up, volume down, and keep pressing the power button for almost 10 seconds, and it will automatically turn your device off and it will reset your device. It is not that factory reset, it is just it is just a simple reset to free some RAM and make your device refreshing and easy to use again if it is stuck somewhere. So that's how you use it. Volume up, volume down, and press the home button for almost 10 seconds. And one more thing is that to bring the Siri, you just have to press this home button and Siri will come. Right now I do not have the Siri turned on, so it is not coming. So next up, I just want to make mention of few of the important things related to security. For this you have to go into the Face ID and passcode. My passcode is simple. So let's move to, I just want to show you that you should turn this feature on, that require attention for Face ID. That whenever you are looking at the device, the Face ID will just open the device. Whenever you are not looking at the device, the Face ID will not open the device. And attention awareness features, that's very important. That whenever, as long as you are looking at the device will stay awake. It will not allow the device to turn off or dim whenever you are in low power mode. So you should keep these features turned on. And highlighting this feature, that required passcode should be set to immediate. It shouldn't be turned off, it should be set to immediate, and I will tell you how to change it. And you have some other features to control on your lock screen, courtesy of your lock screen features. And you can just hide all these features, that if you do not want to show your notification center and control center on the lock screen, so missed calls, you can see home control. So if I just turn off these features and go back, you can see I cannot bring my lock screen, home screen now, because I have turned this feature on in the Face ID and passcode. So that's how you use your Face ID and passcode to improve your security for your device. So right now I'm just turning these features on. So if you want to keep this feature on, that after someone is trying to open your passcode, you can erase data. You can enable this and it will erase the data on your device after 10 attempts if that person is trying to open your device, and if you do not want someone to open your device. And you should keep these features turned on. The iPhone unlock, other than that you have the iTunes and Play Store. Whenever you are downloading something, the Face ID will work. You do not have to put the passcode all the times. So you should enable this feature. And password autofill for Safari should be turned on. With the Face ID, your password will be autofilled. So that's how you use it. And we have this setup alternative appearance, which means that if you are wearing some kind of glasses and you do not wear sometimes the glasses and Face ID is not working, if you are not wearing the glasses, you can just simply set up an alternative face without the glasses. That's handy feature. And it also means that you can set up some other face. We have now features to control two faces at the same time with the Face ID. Next up is important, and I want to make highlight of this feature because many people have this kind of difficulty with their children, that their children just make in purchases in the app store and they do not want to make those purchases. So what to do for this? We have to go into this, which is the screen time, and this is the new feature. What it does, it actually tells you that how much time you have been spending on your device and your some specific applications. For example, I just played this game for almost 14 minutes and I have spent some time on Safari. It will tell me all my time spent on the device. Even I can control it downtime. If I enable it, it will start tell me that at what time I should start the device and at what time the device will end. It will not allow me to use the device. If you want to enable this, you can enable it, and you can even set up limits for the apps, that which apps you want to use for how much time. That's very handy feature Apple has introduced and allowed apps in that downtime period. You can choose that which allow apps should be allowed in downtime period when you have restrictions enabled. And next up is very important, and that is content and privacy. If you just enable it, and it does not require any passcode right now. And first of all, you have this iTunes and app purchases, and you can see required passcode for whenever you are going to make any purchase. And installing apps you can allow and don't allow. Deleting apps you should keep it don't allow if your device is used by some other person too. And in-app purchases, for example, if your kids are using your device and you do not want them to make in-app purchases, so you can just simply go in-app purchases and don't allow the purchases. So that's how you just control the in-app purchases. And you have lots of features which you can just choose between and control different things related to these privacy and the restriction features which are available, you can just check them out here. You can see this is a very advanced application which is introduced into the settings, which is screen time, and it has multiple different options available. So next up we have some other great features, which is the battery, and we have the battery health, which is the latest feature which will tell about the battery health of the device, and it will tell me that which device, which application is using, and it will tell me that which application is using most of my battery. And if I just go back in here into the auto brightness and go here, I have few options which I am just going to highlight in a bit of time. So you can see right now I have the last 5 days graphs here, and we have all the details that which application is using my battery more and more. So let's go back again. Next thing which I want to tell you is this new app which is available in iOS 12, which is the Measure app, and it is great app to use. For example, I have this object here, you can see, and I can just measure this object. You can see if I place it here, and if I want to measure some distance, you can see it allows me to measure the distance of this object in different dimensions. You can just move it and measure the distance of this object on your way. So that's Measure app, and that is very handy to use. And finally, I just want to highlight some of the features which are available into the camera, which are not rightly available into your camera app, and you have to enable them. For example, if you go into the video mode and you do not have 4K enabled, for this go into the settings, and when you scroll down you will find the camera, and you have to simply go here. You can see record video HD is set. We have to go and set it for 4K 30 frames per second. If you want to choose 30 frames or 40 frames, and we have also 24 frames. And slow-mo is HD, we want slow-mo at 240 frames. So let's set 240 frames, and auto HDR is enabled, and grid, let's enable the grid, and I will tell you that what is grid. So let's go into the camera, and you can see right now if I go into the video, and it is set at 4K, and slow-mo is set at 240 frames per second. So that's how you use different features which are available in the camera. What grid does is actually, whenever you are at some kind of place where your balance is not good, so you should enable this grid feature, and you can see two plus signs will appear whenever they match with each other, whenever they coincide with each other. It means that your device is now balanced. Then you have to tap and take the photo. That's how you use the grid application. And you can just simply tap here to go to the 2x zoom and 1x zoom, and even you can press it for max of 10x zoom. So that's how you use your camera. And we have the features to take in live photo, which will also record a clip of the photo which you have taken. If you just press it, you can see it has taken a clip. So that's how you use the camera in different ways in this device. So these are few of the things. In the portrait, we have a few of the portrait modes which everyone knows. These are the highlighting features of the new iPhones. And whenever you have taken a photo, let's go into the photos, and if I have some useful photo, for example this photo, and in the edit mode you just have different options to just edit your photos. That's great. And we have the new photo feature, which is the depth control. I do not have any photo right now in depth control that I can show you the depth control feature. And these are few of the tips and tricks for iPhone 10 and 10x Max, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then give this video a thumbs up, and until next video, bye bye and peace.